The Shift. Change your perspective, not yourself. By Tinx. Read by the author.
To my girls, do no harm and take no shit. Above all, be the heroine of your life, not the victim. Nora Ephron. Introduction. Not to be that basic bitch who starts her book with a Sex and the City analogy, but we need to discuss the fact that the central crisis in that iconic show boiled down to Big versus Aiden. A series that included 4 successful, independent women, okay, Carrie's autonomy is debatable, with thriving careers, phenomenal wardrobes, and, most important, rock-solid friendships, came down to, will she end up with this guy or that guy? Or a ballet guy, but let's be real, he was never really in the running. We all know that Carrie was incredibly narcissistic, which is why it's so ironic that such a self-centered person focused solely on whom she was or wasn't attached to. The fact is, she put all her worth in the hands of those men, and we ate it up. Doesn't matter whether you were Team Big or Team Aiden, there was no concern about Carrie becoming her best self or discovering her own happiness. The only thing that mattered was whom she ended up with. I couldn't help but wonder, is that what women do? We spend so much time and effort trying to find someone who makes us feel whole and valid, never asking, who makes me feel most like myself, or what do I even like? We waste precious years of our lives looking outward during the time we should be looking inward to figure out exactly who we really are and exactly what we really need. By the time we do enter into a relationship, that sense of self and those wants and needs are so obscured they get consumed by the wants and needs of others. And that's why so many women end up sad and unhappy later in life. In the pursuit of finding someone to share their lives with, they gave themselves up. As women, we need to be laser focused on what makes us feel fulfilled and happy. The key to this is something I call the shift. Think of it like rewiring the neural pathways in your brain and replacing old patterns that don't serve you with new ones that do. The shift is a simple way to slightly change your thinking and flip the unempowering scripts that so many of us fall prey to, me included. I'm Tinx, and if I'm not already serving as your agony aunt on the internet and/or radio, let me tell you that my main mission in life is to help other women know their self-worth. I suppose how and why I got here deserves a little explanation, so here we go. I was born in D.C. to American parents and moved to England as a baby. I grew up in London and went to an all-girls school, which was the single most influential factor in my formative years, the through line of everything that's come since. Being surrounded by women has always grounded me, and I think the bonds between women are tighter than any connection on the planet. If you'll allow me to get a little woo-woo for a moment, I truly believe there's a deeper level to sisterhood and solidarity, something that binds women together on a biological, spiritual, and existential level. The complexities of the female experience feel like part of a larger common experience, and I don't think men feel the same way. Something about being a woman is cosmic and so fucking cool. I always felt really tapped into that, even as a young girl. Don't get me wrong, I love men. I love to flirt, I love sex, but I will forever be hoes before bros. If I see a hot guy, I might trail off in conversation a bit, but I always come back to my team. And that's because I spent such a crucial part of my life focused only on girlfriends, with guys as an extracurricular. Like Cher said, men are just dessert. Then I went to college, and that all went out the window. It was like I had grown up on a strict diet and then suddenly went to an all-you-can-eat buffet. It was extremely exciting, and to go with this whole buffet metaphor, I gained my freshman 15 and then some. Boys had been an after-school treat, but now they lived directly across the hallway from me. It was fresh, hot college guys for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I learned a lot in the decade that followed, namely how to not lose yourself in the pursuit of a guy who doesn't value you, which would evolve into one of my most renowned dating concepts, box theory. More on that later. I learned that I felt better when I focused inward and also when I surrounded myself with other women. I learned that I was happiest when writing, so I started freelancing pieces where I threw myself into crazy situations, like going on a date every week for a year or hooking up with my trainer. I loved slipping on the banana peel so others could learn from my mistakes. I also learned that just because you love writing and fashion does not mean you will be happy going to grad school for it in
Sample complete. Ready to continue?